Mm. Oh boy. Yay. Madupe, Guru of Glam. Oh, I love that. That's awesome. And there's Maureen. Hey,
Hello,
hey, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fabulous.
Nice to meet
My hair's a little crazy today, but that's
you. Nice. Maureen,
right.
how are
What are you
you?
gonna do? I was just looking in my book of my old cards, picking out some of the invitations, because I did some and I know I saved them. Where I saved them is another thing. What do you got on for earrings?
I've
Maureen.
got the
Oh, I like those.
yeah,
Those were in the convention thing.
yep, and my shirt has like all different colors,
Oh, nice.
so I can wear like pretty much any color
And
with it.
then everybody thinks it's about that color. That's awesome. Of course, I don't have the card I'm looking for. Of course, I don't. Uh, okay. Well, okay.
Uh, you
Did
want to
you
see
end up
something?
what?
You see this?
Yes,
That's my basket of Valentine's Day cards I got
from that group.
from that group.
That's awesome. That is awesome. That's a
Nice.
lot.
That is nice.
That is
And
awesome.
I sent out 133.
Whoa. So everybody's been very reciprocal.
And then they send thank you cards. Like
Oh,
when
nice.
and look at this one. This one made me tear up a little bit. That
Oh,
looked like
that's
the
cute.
pastor.
That's cute.
But
Madupe,
she,
that Maureen it joined a group on Facebook that sends it's about sending cards, not send out cards people, just people in general that like to send cards.
uh, and
Wasn't
this,
that smart?
and she's like, thanks for sending my daughter the adorable Valentine's Day card. She loved it. You're the best.
Nice.
Oh,
Yep.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
I went back through when I was looking, and do you know I sent a card to Budapest?
Oh, that's awesome. Well,
Yeah,
and it's not more because, right, with send out cards, you can send them over there and it's not more.
yeah.
It's
I
awesome.
sent a bunch to Canada. I sent some to England, to Budapest. I tried to send one to Singapore, but the way they had their address written, I couldn't fit it into the send out cards address mailer because it didn't have a zip code.
But you know what I do when it doesn't have a zip code is I just put a dot there or something. It won't let
Oh,
you go. You just have to fill the box with something. I
okay,
would
that's
try
good
it.
to know.
Yeah, try it again and just put a dot there or something. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Madupe, did you end up getting in your account?
no, I didn't try. I was going to try today. Yesterday when I was going back and forth, I was not even in the house. I was out. So, I'm going to
Because
do it as soon as we finish because
because I think what you said was right. I think you still have an account because that screenshot you showed me was in your account.
yes,
I think you just don't have a
subscription.
subscription. Yeah.
Okay, so I think when I was gone for so long, my card expired, and I didn't know all the cards that I we have put in my
Right.
card permanently. So
Is that
I'm back. I'm
The
back.
Golden Gate Bridge behind you?
Yeah, sorry.
Is that the Golden Gate Bridge behind you?
No, yeah, it's a virtual.
I I know you're not in San Francisco.
No, it's a virtual one. I change
I
it
know.
periodically. Yes.
You should see the nice dress she sent me, Donna and Maureen. Madupe sent me this gorgeous dress. She sends me neat stuff all the time. See, there's the giraffe. Whoa, right there. The giraffe that you sent me. Yeah. I was going to have Ty take a picture of me in the dress, and then I forgot because we're
It's okay.
so rarely
It's
dressed. That's
okay.
horrible. That I didn't mean to say that out loud, but
That's
right.
fine. I'm
Yeah,
glad you like it. Yeah.
that's so awful. I was just telling him, I sat here, I got to leave early in the morning to go see him, and I have a favorite pair of pants, don't we all, right? And I realized my favorite pair of pants aren't clean. I'll have to wear another pair. And I thought, oh darn it, I'll probably should do some laundry. And then I thought, how much time do I really want to spend in my pants? That is so wrong. That is wrong, right?
But here's the thing. If you didn't say anything wrong, we'd think something was wrong with you.
That is a valid point right there, isn't it though? But
Oh
yeah.
boy.
Hey, I wanted to talk just for a minute if you don't mind. I know I do this on the other things, but I don't want to bore you. But
It's
um, something came up with the kid that made me think I should say this in more in general. Um, so the kid is not working, but the kid thinks the only way that you work, even though he's done commission the artwork and stuff, and he's done other stuff like that, even though he's done that stuff, he still is not making the leap between I have to have somebody pay me per hour and I can earn money by adding value in the world. He's not making that leap. And I guess not everyone's gonna make that leap, but if if only people would realize, like even with send out cards, for example, let's just say you're sitting there listening to this and you need money. Not only could you make money be an affiliate with send out cards, but you could make money doing stuff like bridal invitations. You could be the one that you charge them for designing their card, and then you
Mhm.
charge them a premium for sending their cards. And if you really like designing the cards and you were good at it, you could also do bridal fairs to get those customers or solicit them some other way, like have a partnership with a bridal salon or something like that, depending on what your niche is. But there's other things like just say, I don't know, you're into pets or something. You could go around all the vets' offices because they send out cards now. They just don't send it using your system. So you could offer to do it for them for a price. But when you think like that, you can end up being employed or self-employed a lot faster. The kid just keeps going to places, and I think I know why he's not getting hired, but he keeps going to places and then saying, people, no one's hiring. And I'm like, well, that's not accurate. And I said, you should look at what you're writing on the application and what you're saying, because the employment rate is very, very low. If you wanted to get a job, you could. And
That's
he
a
said
standard.
to me, I'm not willing to settle for less than I had at the last job. I said, that's problem one. If you're saying that to them, you never held a job longer than 7 months. So to demand a certain amount of pay, you need to humble yourself there, son. And I said, every day that he's not working, he's not getting that money. So he should start lower and work his way back up instead of sitting home saying, I'm not going to settle. I'm only going to take a certain amount of money. But the reality is when if let's just say it was hard to get hired. Um, Back when I was living in the trailer park and I got laid off my job, that was like a recession kind of thing going on. Me and the ex sat around going, well, how can we get some money? Because we had taxes due on the trailer. Now, neither one of us knew we could get hired, right? Because I just got laid off a job for the same reason. They did away with the whole department, and there were companies all around laying people off. So we were just thinking, what could we do to earn money? What could we do to add value to earn money that people would pay us to do? So I started doing more with Avon that way. And I started to think of all the ways I could get people to buy and people to sell with me. And when leadership came out, I built that. So mine wasn't a direct sales thing, is what I was thinking. How can I get more people to know what I do? Now, what he did, my ex, he said, you know what? I've got some lumber out back of the shed that I used for something else. Why don't I use that to make a shed? And I'll put it down front. I think he did a wishing well first. I'll make a wishing well and put it down front, see if I could sell it. And he did. So he made a
Mm.
wishing well, put it down front, and it sold for $65. Then he took that $65, bought more supplies, and made two wishing wells and sold them. And then took that money and he just kept doing that. Then he went, you know what? When I was out selling a wishing well, somebody said, do you make sheds? And he said, I hadn't made a shed before, but I said yes. So now I need to figure out how to make a shed. And he bought the money from the wishing well sales, he bought materials to make a shed with. Now, they weren't good at first, of course, but then he got better at it and he sold more of them. He's still doing that today.
Wow.
He spent the last, what, 30 years, something, with this idea that he just came up with down at the trailer park. Now he never took it in a big way, but he could have. He could have gotten crews of other guys making his design of the shed or something like that. So it's not necessarily that you want to rule the world with your idea, but he's earned enough to keep himself alive all these years from just thinking, what do I have that I could add value to someone else that they'd be willing to pay me for? So I think, if we could just get that mindset out there a little more. Yeah, I keep saying that to the kid, but because he's like, even though he was born and raised in this house, this kills me. He said to me, one of my friends bought a pet portrait, and then she bought a second one, and he said I gave her a discount, and I said she already wanted the second one. Why did you discount it? You know what I mean? And he said, I thought she might buy more after that. I said, but maybe think of it a different way. You devalued your portrait by discounting it. Why don't you think of some way you could give her something free? Since she actually ended up buying three total. I said, why don't you give her a fourth one that's a collage of the other three, so that she's got something that you don't have to spend a bunch of time making, but it'll be valuable to her because it's different. It'll be the three of them together because it was pets.
Mm.
So he's like, oh, yeah, that could be. But it's funny that the first thing that came to his mind was discounting.
Mm.
And my mom was like that too, though. When the store wasn't selling very much, the little store at our house, she would say, we need to go around and change the prices on everything. And I said, how's that going to help sell stuff? Because no one's coming in the door. You can have stuff for a penny, but if no one knows you've got it for a penny, you're still not going to sell it. And I couldn't convince her of that. So
Mm.
I guess I'm trying to convince you. I don't know. I don't know. But I
Lisa,
know
I
it's
think you are, I'm sorry, I think you are right because I look at our Avon business and I tell my team all the time, um, when I wanted to sell to people, they say, how much is far away? And I say, okay, it's now 16.99, but I used to buy it for 9.99. And I pay $15. I said, no, if everyone wants it to stay at 15, they would leave it at 15. I said, so it's 19.99. I never discounted my price, even if they bought a
Mhm.
lot. What I do, and I'll tell them, I say, you see the discount you asked for, the gift I might give you as my thank you might even be more than the discount you want ask for. But it is a principle. Because when I start to discount and discount and discount and discount, so I have a lot of free gifts even give us. So that's what I give as free gifts. Are you giving me this? I say, yeah, I'm giving you. But in their head, I will never discount the price. Whatever is in the book is what I say. And I said, those reps you had before, why do you think they quit? They quit because they thought they're not making money because you are dictating the price to them. Do you go into Costco or any store and say, this is how much I'm going to pay for this price? Say, oh, no, hell no. I said, so why me? Because I'm a woman business.
right. And that is the same with send out cards, is that once in a while someone will say, well, I used to be on a subscription where I was paying only 35 cents a card or whatever they want to say about it. But try I don't lead with the price anyway. I don't even talk about the price at all because to me, it has so much value. I don't know another system where you can do what we're doing, where you can have your own signature, your own pictures, your own font. You can add anything you want, make it any colors you want. I don't see another system like this out there. So I don't lead with price, and I don't do it in Avon either. We have more competition in Avon because you can buy face creams, shampoo, and lip
Serious.
liner down at Rite Aid, right? You can buy all of
I
our
do.
stuff, not our exact stuff, but you can buy something pretty similar down at Rite Aid or the convenience store down the street. So I don't lead with price because people that are buying from me or want Avon aren't looking necessarily for the lowest price. They're looking for
Mhm.
good service usually. And with send out cards, they're looking for something unique, I think, because you can just go down to Hallmark and pay $4 or $5 for a card and then print it and do it yourself and go out and buy some stamps and bring it there yourself. You'll pay a lot more money. That's true. But what really is the value in send out cards is the level of personalization, I think. And back to the invitation part,
Listen,
that's why I
so
think the wedding thing is
can
so
I
good.
sorry, can I tell you why I messaged you yesterday? So I was in an accident
Oh,
4 years ago, car accident, and we just settled with the lawyer just finished. So they sent me my check, and I wanted to send a thank you card to the law firm. So I went and I went to CVS, and I said I want a plain one that I can write my thought myself because there's nothing. Thank you. So this is what is inside. Oh, I don't know if you can see. Okay,
it,
this is just what is inside. One line. This is in the back, and I paid $3 for it. And when I got home, you see, I haven't even done it. I was like, wait a minute. Special seat. What? And then I look at all the people that has bought online that I want to say thank you card to. I said, boy, 2024 was drawn to a nasty year. I forgot everything I was doing. So that's when I messaged you. I was like, because I wanted to go to say and return this to CBS and then
I
send it to
don't
them.
know what I'd do without send out cards because the level of personalization is what I like about it.
Yes, yeah.
And
Hmm.
there's nothing I found that's anywhere like it. Right now, one of the big things I'm doing, of course, is the play thing because we're right in the throes of the play thing. But every person in the cast is getting cards from me, and then I'm doing the graphic you may have seen on my wall to promote the play with their graphic on it, and I'm giving them that graphic so they can help me promote the play. So it's all part and parcel, but it's funny, the cards when they get them, they're not used to having that level. They think I'm making them in here and printing them and sending them to them. It's funny. And I block off a certain number in the 10 I send a day to send pictures of them in rehearsal and stuff. So I've got some of the cast members doing the rehearsal and I blew it up or I took the picture where it's just them and I sent it because the community theater thing, Kenny, the director that I'm working with, he's used to working on TV where everybody's paid. In the community theater, nobody's getting paid, including me and him, and none of the cast. Nobody's getting paid. We're just doing it, right? So people don't show up and people quit and stuff. What I'm trying to do, especially using send out cards, make it hard for them to quit. If I'm extra nice to you when you come here and I'm personalizing cards and I'm sending you and I'm giving you all the tools to help promote and everything, and I'm taking pictures and I'm not in the play, but I'm spending the time out there watching the rehearsals and telling people they did a good job and everything. Do you want to call me and tell me you're quitting? No, nobody else does either. And that's the idea. Yeah, that's the idea. So go ahead, Maureen.
You know, Sean has this one, my husband Sean, he has this one doctor that I absolutely adore. She's very kind. She explains things. She's really kind. So after his last appointment, I sent her a thank you card, but we got it back saying it was undeliverable. And I'm like, I don't know why it's undeliverable. So anyway, long story short, we went down to the office and he brought it into her and he told her, hey, this was returned. And she put it up against her heart and she goes, but I'm here now and I got it. She hadn't even
Oh,
opened it yet. She just,
Mm.
so, and one of the other reasons I love doing this is because my grandchildren live in New York. So I don't see them very often, but I can take pictures my daughter posts, put them on a card and send them to myself. And then I have all these portraits. Like
Oh,
I have like my one grandson, his school picture. And then the other thing is their first day of school.
oh. And
Mhm.
people aren't buying the package of pictures anymore, mostly. So usually they just post it online and call it a day. So you're
Yep.
not having one. So that's fun to even send to the other people, your other
Yeah.
family.
Mhm.
And
That's
it's just
awesome.
and there it's awesome. And then you write on the back whatever you want. So I put his name, the name of his school, what grade, how old, the years, and then I put PS, this will fit in a 5x7 frame because I sent it to a few other people.
Nice.
So I tell them where it will fit
Oh, that's
sometimes.
awesome. That's awesome.
Mhm.
You know who I do that for? Oh, did you want to say something, Peg? No.
yeah.
No, okay. Sorry. You know who I do that with is Mr. West. I met him not in person. I've only met him twice, but his family, I end up knowing them because I spent so much time with him on Zoom calls and stuff. The one I wrote the Blue Hair book with. And so when his daughters post a picture of their kids, I send it to him, his ex-wife, and the other sister. So I send it to all of them, and I just put on the fat on the backs. What do I do? Hashtag family is love. That's all I put and send them. And one of them sent me like the pictures on the fridge and stuff. So and I'm glad I didn't put fridge. Remember that whole mess? Oh, the duvet. Yeah, you know what? This was a thing going around send out cards where you put hashtag, what is it, fridge worthy? Except
Yeah.
Bridgeworthy.
I forgot the D. So I said frig worthy. I
That's all
know.
right.
I don't know
The
how I
name of
forgot that fridge had a D in it.
the,
Oh.
the name of the group I'm in is starts with the word random, right? So I would put under my name, I'd put the name of the group. I sent out 10 of them, and then the next day I realized after they already printed that I spelled random wrong.
Oh,
Oh.
I've done stuff like
I
that.
do that
Oh.
all the time, especially on Facebook posts. And I go,
Mm.
But so what I wanted to say about the invitation thing is why I think we could do that, not just for stuff we need it for, like business open houses or parties we're having, or if we have a bride in our family or a christening or whatever it is, we could also do that as a service that we charge for. So just wanted to, if you happen to like doing that. But the things that we could put in there now are so much better. I used to take a screenshot of MapQuest and put that in when I had a Halloween party for the kids when Alex was younger. Well, now you could just do a QR code that goes to the map thing so they can do it themselves, right?
And
Do a
and
Google
then
good
don't
Maps.
forget
idea.
if you use Canva, you can design everything in Canva and just download it and bring it over. And I mean, you and I use Canva a lot, Lisa, but and there is a lot of stuff in Canva that you can design yourself. You don't even have to make it up yourself. You can use one of their templates and go from there. And it's amazing. And then especially if you pay for the pro, you have a lot more to use. But even if you don't pay for the pro, there's a ton of stuff you can use in Canva. I mean, I use my cards when I make my holiday cards and stuff. A lot of times I will use Canva. Like this is my St. Patrick's Day card.
Oh, that's cute.
And I took that off of Canva. And then the back of it, I took that off of Canva. My
What?
birthday card, I took the picture off Canva.
And it's not it's royalty free, so you can do that.
Yes,
That's awesome.
yes.
Yeah, and for those who aren't using Canva yet, I see
I'm
a bunch of
learning.
people. It's there's a free version. You don't have to pay for it, but what it is you just have to go on and start doing it over and over.
Mhm.
Did you want to say something, Peg? Oh, you.
I said that's me because I have Canva, but I don't use it. Even though my current business card with my QR code and my picture, I did it on Canva. But I think I have to get out of this. I'll do something and I don't like it and I give up. Oh, God knows days I won't go back to it. I was like, it doesn't look, I don't do better. And I think I really, really need to deliver myself from that.
Mhm. Well, let yourself off the hook because when anybody starts using anything, it's not going to be, you know what I mean, fabulous stuff. I
Yeah,
think you just have to use it because I was scrolling back to look at the first things I did when I first was doing Canva because I was doing PicMonkey before that. And they aren't as good as the ones I do now. And I'm sure in a year from now, hopefully, the things I'm doing will look better than the stuff I'm doing now. But I think
that's
it
true.
takes um, doing some stuff. You
Yes, it
just have to,
did.
and I try not to judge how it came out. I'm only looking at from a marketing point of view. So does it say what I need it to say, like when, where, how, and why? Does it give the information that it needs to give for them to do whatever I need for them to do? If that's true and it looks, and I'm not, when I look at it, I don't go, oh, that's the, I just go. Like matter of fact, that graphic I'm doing for everybody right now, that one that's for referrals,
Yeah,
I got that idea from somebody else. It wasn't even my idea. I think I made that graphic, but I just used one of their templates and filled in what I wanted it to say. I don't think
that
it's the
was
best thing
awesome.
I've ever done by far, not at
Oh,
all. But by offering to do everybody else's, it gives me a chance to do more in Canva, which helps me get better at it. So
ah,
hopefully a year from now,
Mhm.
if I do another one or a different one about something else, it'll look better than that. But I'm not going to not do it. And matter of fact, I'm not only going to do it, but I'm going to do it for everybody. And
that was
I'm
awesome.
not going to worry about whether it's that good or not. I'm just going to say, well, it can get the job done. And oh, this is probably bad, but my new favorite thing to say is, well, it's better than when I started. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I I think that when I'm cleaning here too, well, it's not great, but it's better than when I started.
And did anybody see the reel that I made yesterday?
Not yet. What's it about?
Okay, so I did this. I did it for this.
Oh, good.
I did the whole thing on Canva. I used their AI and I made it. And the funny part is these two items, the moisture therapy and the Anu,
Uh-huh.
it plugged them in. It knew what those were.
Oh,
This
nice.
this one it didn't know what it was, so I switched it and fixed it up.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, it took me less than 15 minutes to make that video. It's not the best video I've ever made, but you know what? Done is better than
Okay.
perfect.
Yes.
Done is better than
Yes.
perfect. Because I'm sorry, ma'am, I might mispronounce your name. Is it Madupe?
Yeah.
Okay. I used to be exactly like you. I used to spend hours and hours and hours, and if it did not come out the way I wanted it, I just said, and I didn't do it. And then somebody once said to me, Maureen, done is better than perfect because you will get better. But the fact that this is what she said to me, I'm not saying this, but this is what she said to me. The fact that you're not doing it is you're letting people down who believe in you. And I
Hmm.
said, yes, but I didn't like the way it looked. And she goes, who knows you didn't like the way it looked? You're the only one who knows that. And I said, you're absolutely right. She says, do you think that people seeing it will go, oh, look, I don't like that color she used. Why did she use that color? No, they're going to go, wow, I like that. She did a good job or something like that. And she says, you're the only one who knows you didn't like it.
Hmm.
You know,
Thank
it's
you.
funny with that, the thing I'm doing with the referral graphic there, the number of people that don't have ready a picture of themselves with a front facing, they're sending me stuff that's either they're in the shadow so bad it won't even take the background out, or their head's chopped off here, or the number of people I had to put that. I thought yours came out good. Did you?
Can you say it?
I thought yours came out. I can't see it in that, but I remember what you did.
Oh, because of the virtual background. Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
love it. I already started posting it.
yeah, I thought yours came out good. Although I was half expecting you to send me one with the fancy dress on, with a fancy dress
And
with
that's
the,
what I wanted
because
to send
I
you.
love the matching and the whole, yeah, I love that whole
That
thing.
is what I wanted to send you first. But do you know this is when we went to, was it Cabos or whatever, years ago? I just said, you know what? I look younger.
Yeah, just grab one and put it up there.
I just
Because
grabbed this
this,
one. And I
and
heard you because you said Avon in the background, and I cut it off. And you
I
know,
have had a couple people like make me do it over and over two, three times. And I'm thinking to myself, this isn't a lifetime commitment we're talking here. It's one graphic, which you might use four times a year, maybe, or you know what I mean? Just go with it. I
yeah,
think
it is
for
really
me
beautiful. I
personally,
like
I had
it.
to get over what I thought about how I look in a picture. It just has to do what I want it to do, which is
Yes,
make people comfortable enough to buy from me. That's what I
Yeah.
want to do. It's not really about you. The picture, any picture is not really about you if you're selling something. It's about how the person can relate to you so they want to buy from you. It's not really about you. Donna's skeptical. I can see it on your face. I know you don't like your picture done, do you?
Oh, I hate
No, I don't.
But I mean, do you know I don't? I don't like my picture done either, but when I started not caring as much, I got more business. So it
Mm.
wasn't really ever about me. And when I made it not about me, it worked better. So I
it.
don't think of it as being about me. I think of it as being about them wanting
yeah,
to relate to me. So that's why I think a lot of people are making a mistake when they're not putting their picture in their profile. I see a lot of that too, or they're using a
Mhm.
20-year-old picture. You know what I mean? Oh, not you, Madupe. You look the same. You don't get any older anyway. But I saw one lady's that she looked really different than the picture she gave me. And I went to her profile and it's all the old picture. It's not the new one. But her customers must be surprised when they meet her, you know?
Mm.
But
so
to
my
me,
whole fridge, my whole everything is just covered. My office is all the pictures you have given me over the
oh,
years. The fridge is full. It's like I'm the only one living in the house.
well, you always post these awesome pictures with your awesome outfits.
I
That's why.
know. I've been lying
Oh,
low for so long.
and
I have to get
Lisa,
back.
guys, I
I have
hate the
to
way
get
I
back.
sound.
Oh, look at that. I love that picture. What were you gonna say,
Yes,
Maureen?
yeah, it's always said you. I mean, my whole. If I did switch my camera, you would laugh. And my granddaughter too. When she comes, she will go to the place and
What were
say,
you gonna say,
Heidi,
Maureen?
I'll start posting her pictures now. So
Yeah.
Lisa can send us pictures. Yeah,
Mm.
thank you so much.
What were you gonna say, Maureen?
I hate the way I sound. So when I listen to the replays and stuff, I always cringe because I don't like my voice. And that's something I have to learn to get over because I really, really need to start making videos. But I feel like I can't even tell you what I think I sound like, but I just hate my voice. I
But
just
it's
hate
not about
my voice.
you.
I
I
know
know
it's not
I
about
it's
me.
it's
not.
hard. That I think that's the hardest thing to really, that's as hard as in the send out cards, we have this thing called you give to give, not give to get. That is as hard to grasp as
Hmm.
not about you, I think, because so many people think if I send a card, I want to get feedback or I want to hear from that person. In reality, that doesn't happen. They probably still love the card, but they're not going to tell you every time you send a card. I mean, it's just not realistic that I send out 10 a day and I'm going to hear from 10 a day. Not realistic. So, but that's the same principle, I think, is it's not really about you is hard to, that's hard to stomach because I think we all want it to be, but
Yes,
nobody's as critical as we are about
right.
ourselves,
Exactly.
right?
And with all the people that sent me the Valentine's Day cards, I sent them all a thank you card and I put something personal in there like what I liked about their card. And I got a lot of handmade cards. So I
Oh,
put that in there.
nice.
But there's one lady that her and her kids I sent a card to. They're from my hometown. So I put in
Nice.
there how that connection about, that I grew up there, my family still lives there, and how cool it was just to see the name of her road because I know where it is. And and so I just try to do all these little personal connections in their thank you cards. But like Lisa says, I for a long time I used to get upset when I didn't hear from somebody. I was like, I wonder if
Oh,
they got
God.
it. Did it get lost in the mail? And then one day I was like, you know, if they don't let
There's
me
a
know,
rule. There's a rule for that, by the way. It's called the Judy rule. Now, Judy Grimes was a friend of mine. She's since died, but she told me she was in high school and Judy was, let's see, unusual looking. I don't know how you say that. She knew it. It's not like she didn't know it. But they nominated her for homecoming queen, and you could have taken that as they were doing it to be mean, and they might have been. But she said, you know what? I decided I was going to take it like they really meant it, and I had the time of my life. I dressed up, I did all the things, I went to all the stuff, and I didn't care, and it turned out fabulous. So she said, from then on, I just assumed they loved it. I assumed they meant whatever they said, and I assumed everything was awesome. And so I call that the Judy rule. The Judy rule. I'm just going to assume they got it and assume they loved it.
mhm,
So, yeah. No, it's funny. I think how I had to come to the realization about the picture thing was when I was doing speaking, I didn't want to have people take pictures with me because I didn't want to be in the picture. But I was speaking, and one of the other speakers took me aside and they said, "Don't be stupid." They said, "They're not really, it's not about you. This audience member either likes what you said or wants to go the same place you're going, and they want to use you as like a goal to reach for. And they just need your picture to remind them of their own stuff. It's not really about you or how you look or what you're wearing or whatever else you're hung up on. So choke it down and get out there and take some pictures with these people." So that I took that to heart. She meant it, and I'm glad she said it because she was right. It
mhm.
wasn't really about me. Because I was like, oh, I don't want to go out today because I'm, I was whiny. I was being whiny, and it wasn't about me being in the picture. When I was speaking at an Avon event, it was because they wanted to be senior executives. It wasn't really about me. It was about senior executive, and I just happened to be the one there. So I'm glad that lady said that back then because that did it. Yeah, I had to get the proctologist to get her foot out of my ass, but it was worth it, right? So, anyway, some other stuff that could go in a card, QR code wise, would be, let's say, gift registry. You could do a QR code that directs to a gift registry. I personally, when I put a QR code, I also put the URL under it because there's a certain amount of people that are either not literate enough to know what a QR code is, or not computer literate enough, I should say, to know what the QR code is or what you do with it, but they might type in. So I put those two things together, but that's your choice, of course. What other things can you think of, like the directions to the event, the gift registry? What else would be good in that?
Um, like if it's for a baby shower, if they're collecting books.
Mm. There's some websites where they have it so everyone can upload their pictures, and you can put the QR code so all your guests can upload the pictures and the other guests can see the other guests' pictures. I think that's a cool thing to put in.
Hmm.
Maybe not the invitation, but in the thank you card afterward. Say, see the
Yeah.
pictures from everybody, or maybe at the event itself, like if you're doing a wedding, right? You order the bulk of the flat cards and you have the QR code for that website where everyone's going to upload their pictures. And then you have the flat card on everybody's table with the QR code so they know enough to upload their pictures and they can go back and look at everybody
Yeah.
else's pictures, something like
Mhm.
that. But I would say open your mind to the creativeness of it, because with the personalization level that you could do with send out cards, you could
Mhm.
do anything. If it's a website of any kind, you could have a QR code to it, right? If it's a JPEG, a picture of any kind, you could include that. So there's so many different things. Go ahead. I
Do you
see
remember what I did a few months ago? I put a post on Facebook asking everybody what their favorite cartoon was.
it. Mhm.
And then I went to they told me what their favorite cartoon was. Then I went to YouTube and I found a cartoon of that. And then I went and I made a QR code and I put the QR code in the card and then I sent it to them.
Oh,
So
nice.
when they scanned the card, they got the cartoon of whoever their favorite cartoon character was. And the one I remember off the top of my head, I believe it was Teresa, and she was Tom and Jerry.
Oh,
So
that's nice.
I did that one for every single person who told me who their favorite cartoon character was.
That's,
Mhm.
you know what else we could do in Canva? I was just thinking this. I don't have an example to show, but like when I'm sending that card out right now, I'm doing one on vitamin C. So I've got the different vitamin C things. I could go in Canva and take the fact sheet or whatever the product info sheet or whatever they're calling it, right? And add a QR code on it before I put it in the card that goes directly to the page on my Avon site that sells that particular product. Because
Hmm.
I'm doing that on
Mhm.
Facebook now. I'm doing it with the URL for the not my whole store, but that particular product. Okay.
Oh,
Let me show you just quick what I'm saying in case you're not getting that. Um, if you go to Avon, right? Oh, I got this in the way. I can't see what I'm doing. Avon.com. So when you're going to create a QR code, and you can create them lots of different places, but see, this goes to the whole store. See, my name's here in the URL.
yes.
But if you go on a product, like I usually have a lot of jewelry products, right? So if I want to highlight one of the rings, like the ring I'm wearing, I would go on, where's the ring I'm wearing? Oh, it's not out yet. That's why. Okay, let's pick a different one.
Mm.
Let's pick this one, the Fleur de Luxe ring. Then I go up here in the URL and see it has my name at the end. So if I take this and create a QR code, they're going to go to this page when they click on it. They're not just going
Mm.
to go randomly to my store. They're going to go to the specific product that I'm selling in the card. Okay. What were you going to say, Donna?
Oh, no, just how would you make the QR code from that?
I know Maureen says they don't. I haven't had one not work. Okay. So what I usually do, and then Maureen can say what happened, because let's see here. I got to share screen. What happened to her, because it's a genuine concern. It just hasn't happened to me. But what I do is I go over here and I go free QR code generator. And then I go to it. And then on here, if you put in, it lets you put in like the website here. And then
Oh,
it
okay.
to a QR code. So let's do that one for the ring. So here's the website address. I'm going to copy it, right? And then I'm
Mhm.
going to go to the QR code creator and just enter it right here, paste. And then over here is the QR code. So, and I don't usually download it and pay for it. What I do is I click print screen and then I get it that way, like this.
Oh, okay.
All right, so that saved it. And I haven't had a problem that way, but Maureen, tell them what happened with you, so just in case that happens to them.
I had bought a bunch of these, a couple of these to put on my car, and I over in this corner, I had a QR code, and I had actually one of these on the back of my car, and somebody messaged me and told me they scanned the QR code and the QR code was expired, that they couldn't get it, so they ended up doing the URL. So I ended up taking that off the back of my car, and I just have this one. I just haven't put it back on yet. But
Mm.
for those of us who use Shuffle, they also have, this is what I've been using. They have a free QR code program. You have to log into your Shuffle account, and then you Google, or then you can go to one QR, and then you can make a QR code. And I think grandfathered in. So we can make as many as we want. And that's where I've been making my QR codes. And as of now, none of them have expired.
Do you
And what
happen
I
to
like,
know where you made that one that expired? Where you made it?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah, so but Kathy Dabrowski was the one who told me about the one QR code
On shuffle, yeah.
through Shuffle. So I've just been using that. And what I like about that is you can change, like I try to match it to the card. So you can change the colors, you can change whatever. So, but I've been just using that. And so far,
But
so good.
I think the lesson isn't necessarily that it expires or it doesn't expire, is that you should test it. So
Mhm.
if you make anything, you should test it periodically. Like on the car, I have a QR code. I test it periodically with my own phone to make sure it still works, because that could happen for a lot of different reasons. Either the company I used went out of business or whatever. I don't know how that all works. But you can use ones on Shuffle. They have it on Vistaprint, a QR code creator. I just use the random one that I do when I Google search or Bing search or whatever that was. But
Mm.
that's it.
Yeah, Lisa, I wanted to share something that happened to me recently. It's not about QR code, but when you say we should check our stuff to make sure it's still working, it's not just the QR code I want to suggest, because it happened to me with my link.
Oh, the
You know,
website?
yes, the link. This is so I sent a link to somebody who wanted to join
Mm-hmm.
my Become a Rep link. And so I didn't hear back from the person. And I decided 3 days later, I called. I said, do you have any problem that I can help with the joining or enrolling? And she said, no, I did. I already joined. I said, but I don't have the email from Avon. It's a very long story. So I called Avon. Guess what? My link for the past, God knows, 1 year or so is wrong.
Oh, yeah.
And I've been sending it to tons of people. So we
Oh,
were on the line and they said, so customers leadership there said, so what is your link? The first question was, did you send it by text? Did you say maybe the person wrote it? I said, yes, I sent it, I copy the link because I have it saved. So they said, what is this? I told the lady, she said, oh, there's supposed to be a question mark in front of the one for become a rep, like a question mark after rep and then equals my name. And I want to tell you that it's been more than, it must be more than a year. And I've been sending, and I didn't know. So I copy and
Oh,
pasted as he was on the line, and I posted, and it said, it didn't pop up my name, but it popped up become a rep, Avon.
and they just got right.
So if you don't know how it works, people are enrolling, and it will pop up asking them if they have a rep, or Avon will give them a rep. And that's what has been happening with my link. We just figured it
Yeah.
out 2 weeks
You
ago.
definitely want to test all your stuff. And you
Yes.
know, the other thing, and I say this all the time, but I noticed when I did the it's funny when I did that graphic, I'm doing this graphic, I've probably done 35 of them by now since yesterday.
Wow.
The only one that had a customized one that they did, like, you know how I have jointhelipsticklady.com or NH Lipstick Lady, the only other person that had that was another top person that's a senior executive. Most people didn't do it. Now, what's funny is some people had, like one lady's thing had a bunch of letters and numbers. So you think if she puts that on her car? And no. And you know, getting one of those customized URLs is pretty cheap. It's like $30 a year. And you just forward it to the Avon one. So you guys may want to consider that because now all of these people have this graphic with a URL that they're going to have to sit there and look right at while they're typing it. And many of them have complicated names. They may not realize it, but their name's hard to spell. Even something like one of the ladies' names was Sheffield. If you don't know there's two F's in Sheffield, you're stuck. You know what I mean? And it's easy. And the IE, some people will put EI. There's no way around that. That's why I don't rely on people being able to spell my name because my last name, so many people put a U in it that I knew I couldn't leave it the way Avon had it. I had to buy a personal one. But you may want to consider that when you're putting your stuff out because I was surprised how many didn't do it. And the ones that did were the top people. And it's only maybe 30 a year. I get it at GoDaddy.com. And I actually do it
And I
when
have it. Modupe's Beauty Boutique. I have two. Modupe's Beauty Boutique and Maryland Lipstick Lady. When you did, yeah, you did.
well,
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm not using until gosh.
well, it's
I
just
have
that
a lot of assignment to do.
if it was a hyperlink, it doesn't matter, like when you're posting on social, but in a graphic, it matters. So I hope the people that all got this graphic from me also put in the comments their hyperlink where they can click on it, because if they don't, the person's going to have to sit there and because some of them have really long names and really long letters and stuff in it. So yeah,
I
I
mean,
don't.
look at my name.
Right. Yours is hard if you don't know. Right.
Do you know how many people want to spell my name, my first name, Moren?
Or put a space between the E and G. I
Yeah.
would think
Oh,
that's a thing.
yeah. I have people asking me how to spell my last name, and I'm like, it's Gregory with a DE. DeGregory.
Well, that's a good way to look at it, though.
Yeah.
It's a mess.
But
Yeah.
you know what I had to do? And I felt I was like, I don't want Lisa to think I'm copying her, but yet she said we can borrow whatever she has.
Oh,
I
yeah, I don't
ended
care.
up doing I was doing Henderson Lipstick Lady because I live in Henderson. But on my with my send out cards on the envelope, my phone number would get cut off
Oh,
because it was
yeah,
too long. So then I switched it to NV Lipstick Lady.
perfect. I was wondering why
So
you were thinking so small.
Yeah,
Might as
me
well
too.
be Nevada's lipstick lady. Yeah, there you go.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I just did NV Lipstick Lady because like I said on the envelopes of the phone number would get cut off and stuff. So I changed it, but it was so funny because I was like, I don't want her to think I'm copying her, but I'm copying her because
Yeah, we all copy Lisa for
we all
years.
copy Lisa.
I'm copying other people. I actually don't understand the strategy of people that get upset when someone copies what they put out, because I thought the whole point was to share your knowledge, because once you have an idea and share it, it might as well be everybody else's idea, because especially if you're doing it on social media, to have a fit and stamp your feet and say people shouldn't copy your stuff because you put so much work into it, I think makes you look difficult for starters.
Mhm.
Imitation's the highest form of a compliment.
Yes, I
And
think
it's
that
okay to
absolutely.
be a copycat as long as you're copying the right cat, like Lisa.
Ooh, I like that.
And, I
I've been called
remember,
a kitty lately, but not in that text. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, that was wrong. Go ahead, Maureen.
and, somebody once told me, and I was probably in my marketing group, somebody said on, around Black Friday and Thanksgiving, when you're getting all those emails, if you see something in those emails that you like and think could work for you, keep
Yeah,
it
yeah.
and use it. And I had never thought of it that way because I was like, well, these people pay people to make up these emails. But they're like, no, borrow whatever they have because pretty much everybody is using everybody else's stuff. I mean, look at those of us. Now, I don't call it this anymore because of the word, but when Milagros made those sample packs,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
look at how many people started making those and everything. I just changed the name of them because I didn't like the name. But look at how many started using them. And I agree with
Well,
Lisa. If people get mad that you share something, then don't share it.
well, right. There was one Avon rep. She actually, um, her account got closed because she did something they didn't like, and she didn't know enough. She got up to the line, and she threw herself over it instead of backing back. You got to back up. You know what to say, right? I'll say it because we all know what to say. What do I need? What do I tell me exactly what I need to do to be in compliance? Because I'll do exactly what you say. So tell me exactly what I need to do. But she got right up to the line, and instead of saying that, she argued with him, so she got her account closed. But she actually was posting over and over on her social media how mad she was that people were stealing from her ideas that she posted instead of looking at it at another way as I'm bringing value to the world. So perhaps people will buy my book or attend my class or whatever it is. Because I long ago think that's a better strategy because to sit there and stamp your feet and jump up and down and say people are stealing my ideas, for starters, with me, rarely is it my idea to start. I usually saw somebody else do something like it and it just morphed into something I'm doing. So it really wasn't their idea totally or my idea totally. It's some kind of mix of it. So there's no way that I'm jumping up and down when someone uses the stuff that I posted because I don't even want to say my stuff because chances are it was a collaboration to start with. But I think that hurt her worse than just the fact that people wouldn't go to her class and buy her book after that. I think what hurt her is it made her look difficult. And do you want to take a class or buy somebody's book that's difficult? And for that matter, do you want to buy Avon from someone that's difficult or be on someone that's difficult's team? So she had more problems because she did that rather than just say, you know what, I'm just going to add value to the world and trust that karma will bring that good karma back to me. And that's always worked for me. I think she should have tried it.
You know, I go to TikTok a lot. I go to Lemonade. I go to Instagram, and I look at other things that people are doing. Maybe not in the Avon realm, but maybe in the beauty realm. I
Mhm.
look and see what they're doing, and I write the ideas down. Now, I might not necessarily do those ideas because, again, I don't like my voice, but I write them down. So I try to figure out how to do a portion of them. And there was an Avon rep on Lemonade that remember the wheel that we got a few years ago at convention with the all the perfumes on it.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
She had posted the wheel on her Lemonade, and I had never thought about posting that wheel. So I scanned it into my computer and I posted it on stuff. And I haven't gotten any orders, but I was like, that's something I had never thought of.
Oh,
And
if you
then
scanned it, you could put it in a card and send it to your customers. Oh,
true.
I've got that too. I'm going
Yeah.
to.
And and sometimes sometimes the best ideas are you're looking around at other people are doing, but it was just interesting because like you said, how many of us have had it and we never thought to do anything with it?
No, and it's funny that I think you have to hear and see a lot of different stuff and
Mhm.
try a lot of different stuff before you're going to come up with what actually works for you. Because I don't know about you guys, but I have people say to me when I'm teaching a class or whatever, they'll say, you always have all these ideas that work. And I said, no, I had a whole bunch of ideas that didn't work, that I did that didn't work. You're just seeing the ones that work because I'm not going to teach a class on the ones that don't. That who's going to go to that, right? So I think they mistakenly thought I only come up with good ideas, which is not the case at all. Matter of fact, my bad ideas outnumber my good ideas probably 10 to 1. It's just that I don't go teaching classes on the ones that didn't work. So I think you just have to get out there and do them and risk risk feeling stupid sometimes.
Yeah.
Because I've done stuff that well, even now I'm doing stuff that like the whole jewelry thing where I'm sitting there going, I feel like an idiot doing it, but you know what? I don't care. I think it turns out all right in the end. I can be consistent with it. I'm not live, so I can do it easy any time of day. And I think the consistency is what works for me, not necessarily that um, that way to do it is so awesome. It's that I'm doing it, every few days. I
Mhm.
think that's what's working, not anything else about it. But I think that's oh, thank you, Peg. Thanks for coming.
And you know what I saw Lisa Montavon do one day, and I was like, where did she find that? And I found it on her website. She did, and she had all the products, so she was able to show it. She did the top 5 sellers.
Oh, yeah.
She took the top 5 sellers. Now I don't have all the products, but I was like, I could still do. I don't have to do a live video for that. I could do a post Monday through Friday of the top five
Yes.
sellers and
Yeah.
talk about the top. So that's why I said on the Tuesday call, Lisa Montavon, she's been doing phenomenal with social media.
You could do a card for the top 5 sellers too.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you. I get more out of this Zoom than any of you.
Yeah.
It's like,
I mean,
yay.
I watch all these people and I know I waste a lot of time on TikTok, but I watch them to see exactly what they're doing.
No, and that's perfect though. You have to. I watch other people doing stuff, and usually I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, how could I do it my way?
Yes.
Right. It's because I'm not comfortable doing it Linda's way. How could I do it my way? So that's how I end up doing the still shots and stuff because I can do that without feeling too stupid, even though it's like, but I've had customers order the jewelry because I was
Yeah.
doing it. So that's what I'm going to continue to do for a while until I see something else I like better. But I've been doing it that way for a year and something already.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know. It adds up quick once you get rolling. So, and I don't know if you know, Ty was thinking I was doing those jewelry things as I'm posting them. I'm like, oh no, the day the jewelry arrives, I wait till the next day that I'm dressed up. Either it's for a Zoom call or something where I have some makeup on, I did my hair, and then I take all the pictures. Sometimes I change a shirt so you can't tell or wear glasses or a hat or something so you can't tell that all the pictures were taken the same day. So I usually take 30 or 40 or 50 pictures, and then I just use like the 5 or 6 for each piece of jewelry on the day I did the post. So I'm not doing the whole
Hmm.
thing that day. And I actually could schedule the posts out too if I wanted to, but I haven't done that yet. I like actually doing them and having that control. But anyway, now it's over 2. So thank you,
Yes.
Lupe, for coming. And thank you, Rhonda. We didn't get to talk to you, but Joanne and Kim, thank you. And Donna and my awesome co-host Maureen. You always have such good things to contribute. Thank you. And I'm going to put this replay up on YouTube. And I'm going to go to sleep in a couple hours because I'm going to Yonkers for the weekend and
Good for you.
Have a safe trip.
try not to wear my pants. I love and appreciate you all. Thank you so much.
Bye.
I'll talk to you
Bye.
later.